In a recent video, I talked about the new home screen widgets available on iOS 14. And in that video, I showed a shortcut widget that allowed you to turn on and off an accessibility feature. Well, I got a couple requests to show how to create a shortcut such as that. So that's what we're going to do in today's video. Hey guys, it's Sam. Welcome to The Blind Life, where I teach you how to live your best blind life. So today we're talking about home screen widgets on iOS 14. This is going to be for iPhone or iPad. Specifically, the shortcut widgets that you can use to turn on and off accessibility features. Now, in the previous video, the shortcut widget that I had turned on and off voiceover, but you'll see when we get in here in a second, there's actually a lot of different options for the different actions you can have. So without further ado, let's jump in and create this widget. Okay, first things first is you want to go to shortcuts. That's where we're going to create this widget. At least that's where we're going to create the shortcut that we can turn into a widget. So go to shortcuts.
Shortcuts.
And here is the list of your already created shortcuts. But we want to go up to create shortcut.
All shortcut. Create shortcut. Button.
It's going to be in the top right corner of the screen.
Create shortcut. Search for apps and actions. Search field.
And we basically want to just walk through the steps here. So the shortcut is basically, it's going to be a button, for lack of a better explanation. It's going to be a button that when you press it, it performs an action. So we need to pick what that action is.
Add action. Button.
So we need to add action. Click OK on add action.
Add action. Actions controller. Full screen.
We're going to go into apps, but I recommend looking through all these here.
Scripting.
Scripting.
Button. Location. Button.
Location.
Sharing. Button. Favorites. Button. Apps. Button.
But as I said, we're going to go to apps.
Apps.
And all my apps are listed alphabetically. I'm going down to settings.
Page 3 of 3. Page 3 of 3. Safari. Settings. Selected. Settings. Heading.
Now here are all the actions that are associated with settings, and most of these are accessibility actions.
Set assistive touch. More info. Set assistive touch. More info. Set audio descriptions. But more. Set classic invert. More. Set closed captions plus SDH. Button. More. Set increased contrast. Button.
So you see the set classic invert, for example. We could click that. In fact, let's do that.
More. Set level.
So we're gonna make a shortcut that when we push a button, it turns on classic invert. So I'm gonna click OK on classic invert, or double tap on classic invert.
Added set classic invert to shortcut above set classic invert. Turn classic invert off.
So right now, by default, it's set to turn off classic invert. So the way it's set up as it is right now, if I push the button, it's going to turn classic invert off. But that's not what I want, because it's not going to be turned on to begin with. So I actually want to toggle it. And if I set it to toggle, if it's off, it'll turn it on. If it's on, it'll turn it off. And to do that, I just need to edit the operation. So right now, the operation is set to turn off. I want to set it to toggle. Since I have voiceover turned on, I need to do a vertical swipe to find that option.
Edit. State. Off. Edit. Operation. Turn.
Operation. That's what I want. I'm going to double tap.
Alert. Operation.
So right now it's set to turn.
Selected. Turn. Button.
But I want
toggle.
Toggle. That's what I want. I'm going to double tap on toggle.
Toggle. Classic invert.
So now
actions available.
As I said, now it's going to toggle it either on or off depending on what it's already set to. So this is done. Now we could add more actions to this, but for me right now, this is all I want to do. So I'm going to
add action. Button. Settings. Heading. Close. Button.
I'm going to go to close.
Close.
Now, down in the toolbar, we have an option to run the shortcut, and this is basically like testing it. So I'm going to double tap that.
Run shortcut finished.
It ran the shortcut. It turned on classic invert. It turned my screen white, or opposite of what it was. So that seems to have worked. If I click it again, this time, since invert is already turned on, it should toggle it and turn it off again. Well, so let's see.
Run shortcut finished.
All right, there we go. It worked. So now we need to go all the way back up to the top right and go to next.
Next. Button. Next. Text field. Is editing. Shortcut name. Insertion point at start.
I want to give
Actions
this
available.
I want to give this a name, so I'm just going to call it invert.
Inserted invert.
Just to be easy.
New shortcut. Done.
I'm
Button.
going to go to done.
Shortcuts. Back button.
And now we have at the top
Invert.
of the list
Toggle classic invert. Button.
is our invert shortcut. So now if I click that,
Shortcut finished.
it's inverted my screen. If I click it again,
Shortcut
it's
finished.
gone back to normal. So I've created this shortcut that does this option. Now we need to turn this into a widget. So I'm going to go back to my home screen.
Shortcut. Oh. Edit home. Dismiss context menu. Edit home screen. Button.
Go to edit home screen.
Started editing. Add widget.
And
Button.
up in the top left is add widget. I'm going to do that one.
Search widgets. Search field.
Now we want to go down
calendar.
to shortcuts.
Up next. Widget. Google. Maps. NFC.
Should
Button.
be down here towards the bottom.
NFC. Notes. Photos. Podcasts. Reminders. Screen time. Shortcuts.
Shortcuts.
Button.
There we go. I'm going to double tap that.
Shortcuts. Heading.
Now, because invert was at the top of my shortcuts list, it automatically pops up here. And we have a couple different options for our shortcut widgets. This first one is just one shortcut by itself, and that's what I want. So I'm going to click
Add widget.
Add
Button.
Widget.
Add widget.
And it just
Add
puts
widget.
it at the top.
Button. Finished editing.
I can
Shortcuts.
move it around if I
Widget.
want to,
Invert.
put it wherever I want to put it. So now if I double tap on this shortcut, or if voiceover was turned off,
Voiceover off.
turn off voiceover. If I just click on this shortcut, it inverts my screen super easy, fast, really quickly. And then if I click it again, goes back to normal. So that is how to create, very easily, create an accessibility shortcut widget for your home screen on either iPhone or iPad. The process is going to be exactly the same. And just to recap, this was only one action in the shortcut, in the widget. You can add as many actions as you want. As I said, you can set it to where you click that button and 6 different things happen. That's the beauty of shortcuts. And then adding them as widgets makes them more accessible in the fact that they're right there on your home screen within easy reach. There you go, guys. I hope you enjoyed that. I hope this answered the question that some people had on how to create a shortcut widget for triggering accessibility options. If you have any questions for me, any more questions, please let me know. If it's within my power to help with it, I will definitely do that. Thank you very much for watching. If you liked the video, be sure to hit the like button. If you found it helpful, hit the like button. That's one of the best things you can do to help out the channel. Something else you can do is becoming a member of the Blind Life YouTube channel. If you would like to do that, check out the join button just to the left of the subscribe button on my channel. I'll also have a link in the description for becoming a member. Thank you guys. As always, Sam with the Blind Life. I'll see you next time.